Hey guys, how's it going? Luker here. We're gonna keep it short today. I want to do a patch rundown. If you guys have seen on Twitter, there's a pretty large balance patch coming for Battlegrounds, Standard, and I guess Wild technically, and Duels. And I want to quickly do a little patch rundown. I don't really play Battlegrounds, so I'm just gonna look at Standard. I'll touch on Duels and the miscellaneous stuff a little bit. But yeah, I just want to check it out. Felt like it'd be a good thing to do to help give you guys a better understanding of how this might impact the meta. I haven't looked at these too much. I quickly scanned over them, but this will be pretty much my first time taking a in-depth look, so let's jump right in. If you like the video, thumbs up and subscribe. Alright, so the first change is Blade Dance from 2 mana to 3. I think this is like super needed. I honestly would have been okay if they made it 4 mana just so it wouldn't be 0 off of Skull, but 3 mana is more balanced. 3 mana makes it less overpowered. It's like pretty infuriating that your opponent can just like twin slice, coin Blade Dance on turn 3 and swipe your board. Or even just like twin slice Blade Dance and clear your board if you're an aggro deck, and like, I don't know, it never felt good, so I'm happy this is being nerfed. I think this is probably a step in the right direction. Second is Charge Shatter Mystic. Old cost 3 mana, new to 4. So, I don't know, I don't think this is the card that needed to be hit. I think it'll be nice to like remove some of the board clear potential from Demon Hunter, but I have to say this isn't the card I want to see nerfed. I think this is like not really one of the problem cards. I think like, the cards that come to mind when I think nerfing Demon Hunter, I think Il'gynoth, I think Skull of Gul'dan, I think Twin Slice is kind of annoying, but it's like not broken. But yeah, like the key offenders to me are Il'gynoth, Skull, Eldrazi Warblades. Yeah, I'd say that's like pretty much the big ones. I mean, like, I don't think the AoE is that much of a problem. Like, Blade Dance is very problematic, don't get me wrong, and I'm happy this is being nerfed, but I'm not sure Shard Shatter needs to be touched down. But I mean, I'm happy that Demon Hunter is being hit regardless, so I'll take what I can get. These two changes are aimed at both Soul Demon Hunter, and I guess Blade Dance hits OTK Demon Hunter, but it's not really that problematic. Next up is Dreadlord's Bite. Old is 3 attack, 2 durability, as you can see here, and the new is 2 attack, 2 durability. So -1 attack, which means over the 2 swings, you do 2 less damage. That's actually kind of a big deal. Previously, Dreadlord's Bite was 7 damage if you hit the Outcast effect, and you hit face twice. Now it's only 5. Which is like, it's still good, but is it good enough to run in an aggro deck? You don't really run it for the Outcast effect. Like, doing 1 damage to everything is nice, especially if you're against an aggressive deck, or like using it to like tidy off boards, but it's never like the focus of this card. You play this card because it is a 3 mana War Axe that pushes a bit more damage, and Demon Hunter likes weapons. The Outcast is good, but it's not like the key factor. So losing the attack, I think, makes the card maybe unplayable, honestly. I'm sure like you'll see Fridge play in like maybe Highlander Demon Hunter or something, but it's not good enough now, I don't think, to see play in aggro anymore. You'll probably replace it with the old package of the 2 mana 1/3 Umberwing, and then the Satyr or something, the 3/4, 3 mana 4/2. That summons a 2/2 when you swing. I think that'll probably take over from this. I think it just makes sense. I think that with this being nerfed, you'll probably play less of an aggressive burn game and more of a control the board game. Next up is not a Demon Hunter card, which is Dino Tamer Bran. 7 mana to 8. Makes sense. I mean, Bran is annoying. It's annoying that on turn 7 they summon a King Crush and hit you in the head and you lose. I'm not sure if this actually needed to be nerfed. I don't think Highlander Hunter is as good as people think. But I guess, like, with other decks being nerfed, getting rid of Highlander Hunter preemptively is probably fine. I don't want to play a meta where Highlander Hunter is the best deck, so I'm okay with this, I guess. I'll take it. Then we have Voracious Reader, which I guess kind of hits Highlander Hunter as well. It hits like Highlander Hunter. I keep highlighting all the cards. Papega, man. It hits like Highlander Hunter, it hits Zoo, it hits, I guess, Aggro Shaman. I'm probably forgetting a deck. Aggro Demon Hunter is a big one. So the cost has changed from 2 to 3 mana. I think this kind of upsets me. I don't think this card needed to be nerfed. It's like, there's barely any card draw in Standard. Like, obviously with the expansions, as they've come out, each class has received card draw, but there's not much neutral card draw. When you like go into your collection and you type in card draw and you're like, oh, what do I put in my deck? There's nothing. And Voracious Reader gave aggro decks a way to play against slower decks, and 2 to 3 mana is such a huge change. One of the biggest changes in mana cost is 1 to 2, because you're doubling it effectively, and then 2 to 3 is huge. At the cheaper costs, increasing the mana by 1 is such a huge deal, because you're not only are you delaying it a turn, but it's like it makes it so hard to weave in with like control decks. You can't just like Now it's like on turn 4, you can't dump this with like 1 mana cards. Like it effectively increasing it by 1 mana means you're playing 1 less card with it as an aggro deck. So you're dumping 1 less card out of your hand, which kind of leads you to get 1 less card draw. So in a way, like you're paying 1 mana and you're probably only drawing 2 instead of drawing 3 most of the time. When you have like a 10 mana, like when you have 10 mana and you're at like the end of the game, I guess it doesn't really matter that big of a deal. It's like it's relevant because you have 10 mana, so you're probably playing all of your stuff anyway. You're an aggro deck, but the majority of times, like as an aggro deck, if you make it to 10 mana, you've probably lost. Unless you're exactly Demon Hunter, which has been nerfed. If you make it to 10 mana, you're probably done. So I think Voracious Reader to 3 might have killed the deck, or killed the card. I will say, I know people complained about this card in Wild. They said it was kind of oppressive in Wild. I saw Zeddy's video. Maybe that is justifiable because of it, but I don't play Wild, so I don't know. To me, this wasn't needed in Standard. I think this card was fine. It was a well-designed card, and I'm kind of sad to see it gone. And then finally we have Lore Keeper Polkelt, 4 to 5 mana. I kind of wish they buffed the stats for it, because like, the effect on Polkelt's really good, obviously, but I don't know, I liked tempoing it out on 4 and having a chill Wind Yeti that I could trade with. I'm pretty sure this nerf is for Wild, though. It's, obviously, like, it hits Aggro Demon Hunter, it hits, OTK Demon Hunter. Those are, like, the big ones. It hits the stupid mage deck I've been playing, Cocaine Mage. But it's not exactly oppressive in Standard. It's, like, it's annoying if they hit it. It hits Highlander decks, like Highlander Hunter. That's true, though. It hits Highlander Hunter. But, like, it's not really, like, oppressive. I feel like your opponent plays it and you're annoyed, but at least you know what's going to happen. But, like, if they play it on turn 4 ever, they usually aren't playing a 5-drop the next turn. When you play Polkelt on 4, you aren't really playing the card you draw next turn. In Demon Hunter, you don't play it on 4 because you draw Skull. In Highlander Hunter, you don't play it on 4 because you draw Brand, you can't do anything. Those are the only 2 decks that really run it. But, like, I guess in, like, Control Mage decks, you don't play it on 4 because you can't play Blizzard the next turn. So usually you play this card in, like, turn 5. So changing it to 5 mana isn't that big of a deal, I don't think. I think it's still the exact same thing. You just don't have the option to tempo it out to fight for board. I do know that it probably messes with Wild. In Wild, you would play it in Raza Priest, and you would go Anduin on 5, which you can't play, and then on 6 you play Raza. So now you should do that on turn 6, 7. So I guess that's kind of a big deal. I don't know. I don't know Wild. Overall, though, I think the changes are good for the game. I think this is... I'm sad to see Voracious Reader nerfed, and I don't really get the Shard Shatter nerf. But I mean, Soul Demon Hunter takes a hit. Aggro Demon Hunter takes a pretty large hit with these 2 being nerfed. Highlander Hunter gets hit pretty hard with these 2 being nerfed. I will say, I think it's weird to not touch Evolved Shaman. I think Evolved Shaman's going to run rampant now. They didn't touch the weapon. They should have nerfed the attack on it, I think. So yeah, Shaman's going to run rampant. I think Priest might be pretty good without Demon Hunter keeping in check. Without Demon Hunter and Highlander Hunter keeping in check. I think the meta might evolve into this, like, Evolved Shaman, pun intended, Control Priest, and then, like, maybe ETC or Control Warrior meta. And, like, I'm okay with that, but I don't think a lot of people are okay with that. I think it's going to be arguably worse than the meta we have now. One thing that I didn't really mention is Secret Rogue is probably, like, super oppressive next meta. Secret Rogue probably runs rampant. Nothing was touched. Hanar is still a 2-mana 1/4 that just runs away with the game every time you play it. Edwin still exists. Proxy Fraud still exists. Swindle still exists. So Secret Rogue might be the best deck in the game. It's kind of hard to play, so maybe that's the saving grace of it, but I guess only time will tell. I'm going to really quickly look at Duels. I haven't played since the Warlock and Demon Hunter have taken over. They changed the Mage here, Proud of the Trust Seeker to 1 mana. Probably still not that good. Maybe it's playable now, but probably still isn't that good. Doesn't really do anything until they turn 3 anyway. Killmox was nerfed. It only gains +1/+1 when you discard it. This slows it down drastically. This is very, very good. This actually might be like almost unplayable now though, but at least it's not OP. Hunter 1 was, or Demon Hunter 1, sorry, is a 4-mana 3/3. As you play left from the card, replay it. Yeah, this is needed. Demon Hunter, OP. Demon Hunter Treasure, it's 3 mana, slows it down. It's probably still really strong though, but maybe when they're not together, it's fine. Druid Treasure is 4 mana. When you summon a beast, copy it. Still unplayable. And Droko, well, I'm going to try to say this. The Dragon thingy is 4 mana instead of 5. It's a 4 mana 4/6, which means it's pretty good, but I don't know. I think it's close to unplayable still. It's just not good enough. Who knows? Maybe someone found some menagerie broken build, but to me it doesn't seem that good. With the other ones being weaker, it might be more playable though. The interesting thing for a lot of you is the rewards and progression updates. They're adjusting the battle pass. They're removing a lot of quests that feel unrewarding. That seems pretty good. They reduced the total XP by 37,000. It's a lot of fucking thousands. Adding more rewards in certain levels and expanding the rewards track above level 50. This is really nice, okay. Adding 50 additional gold to 27 to 30. Players who hit these before we compensated. Expanded 51 to 150 to a maximum of 350. Okay, this is really good. I think these are actually good changes. I don't know the math on it. I'm sure J. Alexander or someone else will run it, but this is really good. And then last but not least, Winter Veil, Book of Garrosh, I don't care. Get a new hero. Cool. These things are really boring to me, but I'm sure people like it. We get 4 packs and 2 quests. Nice. And Book of Luther. Cool. Alright. Well guys, that wraps up my patch rundown. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe. I'm gonna try to do these for every like standard patch. I mean, we get them like once every 3 months, so it's not that big of a deal. But I'm gonna try to do these every once in a while. Just keep it consumable. You know, like less than X amount of minutes. That way you guys have something to watch. If you guys enjoyed, you know what to do. My name is Luker. I love you guys. Peace out, Cub Scouts.